All right. Good morning. Or is it? We're going to find out. It is Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Pre market live. As you come in, please hit the like button so you can tell the algorithm to send this out. Going to be some powerful information, some powerful technicals in this video. Should be a very powerful breakdown. I want to try to keep some things brief, but I let a couple of days go by. I wanted some of the other videos I made have a chance to make it out there, but I think it's time we come on and do another breakdown. So uh, share this if you know someone who would be interested in seeing a very technical breakdown based on structural analysis. A lot of teaching, a lot of lessons in it, a lot of advanced pattern recognition, something I don't see. I don't think that the average trader is able to see every day, all day, to watch how the market moves and conforms to harmonic movements and respects Fibonacci ratio. So, enough of that. We're going to jump right into it. Hence the title, Are We Out of the Woods Yet? And I'm saying that because I'm not so sure. I still feel like, I feel like we did have a couple of good days this week. Um, and then it gets people excited. But when you're really, when you're making your projections and when you're analyzing the market, you just come to find out that, you pretty much never know. So, I think we're going to be here for a while this morning. Like I said, it should be power packed with a lot of information that people didn't know. If you happen to come into this live or if you want to leave a comment after, I'd appreciate it if you can drop any company, stock, or asset that you know of so that we can do a breakdown on it. So I want to start the conversation by talking about the big dog himself, one of the most talked about things on the market today, and that would be Tesla, of course. And in true harmonic trading club fashion, I don't think people really understood harmonic Tesla has been over the years, going back to 2021 May. So basically, starting around the COVID area, and I'll just talk about what you see because that's what's going to lead me into where we are now. So, and if you notice, I got the stuff red for Tesla. Like if I just kind of like move this guy out the way, you'll just see, harmonic after harmonic. So as he was going back and forth over time, I am on a larger time frame, but as he was going back and forth over time, he was creating harmonic patterns, butterfly, bat, and Gartley. And then he used, a lot of people don't even know how this happened, but the way that, like, imagine you as a trader, and if you understood advanced pattern recognition, and you would have been able to ride this Gartley all the way up there. Okay, so I'm just saying that to say, in my little biased world that I live in, Tesla used a Gartley pattern to even get where it got, and then it used an advanced shark pattern. That's the big, gigantic shark pattern. And if you see, the bigger it is, the more power it can have. I'm not sure that's really true, but you can see the effects of this. There was a lot of stuff. I'm just bullshitting. There was a lot that went on to Tesla's free fall, most of it political, of course. But I just wanted to show, from people weren't aware, if a person had known that there was a giant shark pattern. And if you want to know more about that, I do have a class up for the advanced shark pattern in the Harmonic Trading Club Academy playlist. But just imagine knowing this. Just imagine, let's say I get rid of these here. Let's say I get rid of all the other stuff. Oh, hold on. Um, and you knew that, so you wouldn't be surprised. I guess that's kind of like what I'm getting at. If you understood advanced pattern recognition, you wouldn't even be surprised at what's happening because you would have been saying, "Hey, I expected that," and you would have expected it to the tune of. We're going to try to get to a projecting where we could go. You would have expected that to the tune of yeah, you would have expected that to the tune of down to 250 anyway, which is where he is. So you would not have been surprised by this if you knew what I knew. Now I was not looking at Tesla at the time, especially having a short perspective. I was looking at all the opportunities that were being presented when it was coming up. So now back to where we are on Tesla. So the problem with it that I see, remember, I don't think we're out the woods yet. And there's a couple of reasons why I do need to come out. This is not something that we want to be too up close on, okay? Um, the reason that I say we're not out the woods is because when you get from this low here, I could probably just move the shark out the way so people can see. Or probably change this color. Gold is kind of ugly. Um, but I made him go for a reason. But when you see this run from, I probably need to leave the marker on, from the low to the swing high, and then that free fall, that correction, let me call it the right name. But when you see that correction drop down into this, hoping that it would stop at the 618, I guess that's what I'm getting at. Because once you break and close beyond the 618, now you start pushing into a deeper correction closer to the 786. And then it becomes harder for the market to return out of. Like when these retracements are small, like 38%, stuff like that, it's easier for them to, catch, find support and go. Um, so the only thing that we could look forward to right here, in all honesty, is that there's one more chance right here. There's one more chance that's been tested actually, the 217 range, and even you have the wick coming down there and testing that. So um, traders shouldn't be disappointed. And actually, pre-market, I think it did get there. Oh my God, that is very, very interesting, and it's crazy that I'm going to catch this live pre-market because we opened a little bit. Well, we're in the pre-market, and me hoping that we're going to find support in this area. It's kind of like Tesla's last hope, to be honest with you. Even though I don't think Tesla is a stock that you should ever sell, I think this is something that Tesla's a stock. Um, Elon going to space and saving people. I was looking at some Tesla tiny houses. There's a Tesla robot. That Tesla is going to be a big part of the future forever. And getting it at a discount, I just don't think that it's something that anyone should ever short. I understand the political nightmare that's taking place right now. I just really don't feel like Tesla is a stock that anyone should sell. But finding finding support right here, and I think he did it. So now that's going to kind of change my sentiment when I was asking, are we out of the woods yet? Because what that does is looking at it, try to, and there was an advanced pattern in here too, by the way. Let's just do that real quick, and then we'll try to catch up. So we got to catch up. So there was a bat pattern in here. I think it might have not filled by like $1 or something. So you guys see that 54% B right there, and then you got a pretty high C. But we would have wanted an 886. We would have wanted an 886. I'll just move them over here. An 886 D down here. And it didn't fill this bat pattern. So it wasn't. But actually, I think now, no, he didn't. So let me switch over. It's crazy because we got a long way to go. A lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to switch this to extended trading hours. And you see that pullback right there. That was pretty nasty. In the pre-market, that's pretty ugly. So that's also going to help with this question about, are we out of the woods yet? So Tesla's kind of hard to say because remember, we're not going anyway. There's no trend. I mean, we're still in that bearish trend pretty much. We're still in that bearish trend, but at least for today, we're just consolidating. So I don't want people think that we're out of the woods. People think like you got to be careful. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You got to be careful with what we're looking at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything on Tesla. With what we're looking at right this very moment is actually. Let me switch back over real quick. Let me see. This is where I want to write where price action is because I need to come off of here real quick because this is important. So yeah, that's really, really bad because what's happening here is basically 2618 technique, double top followed by break and close, Double top followed by break and close beyond previous structure, followed by 618 retracement, right? Followed by 618 retracement. And when you have this happen, you get, a reaction. This is the sad part. When you have this, you have a reaction to go back here and retest. And then a lot of times you'll get an extension beyond that right here from this high to this low and come back. Did I not grab it? Yeah. So 127% right there. So, and you see price action is already down here. It could be respecting this 2618. Now, the only good thing about that is there could be another chance to pick up this bad pattern. That's the only kind of saving grace to this. I'm going to take the colors off in a second to try to come get 886. That's the only thing a person could hope for. And that, I guess that will work because we are trending. 886. All right. Let me just take his colors off real quick. That's way too dark, and these lines are way too thick. All right. So, don't know if you guys got that. So what we're watching, pre-market, prices dropping in pre-market all the way from here. So it closed up here, closed up 226. I'm sorry, 235, and already down 232, down $3 in the pre-market. And the only chance here would be buying up at D. But either way, you're still just going to be in this box consolidating until a decision is made. Until we either close beyond 217 on the low end, or break and close beyond 251. So that's kind of like the range. While that's happening, I don't think a person should get too excited. We can see the daily range is between 217 and 250. So until you see anything different outside of that, I don't think you should get too happy. Now, see, the good thing is what the range is right now. You know what the range is across, pretty much like a day. Or maybe like a 2-day period, until you see a break and close above that 250, 251. We'll make a green candle for that. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the Harmonic Trading Club. I don't think you'll see breakdowns like this anywhere else that are going to explain what's happening in technical detail like this. I don't think you're going to see a breakdown like this that's going to show you exactly what's happening with Tesla and what to expect. But until you see a candle break and close above that 251 area, or a candle break below the 217, you don't have a direction. The trend will continue after one or the other of those things happen. Again, closed at 235 yesterday, down to 232, $3 during pre-market. Now, in a couple hours, could when the market opens, could a bunch of buyers come in? Yes, but it's kind of hard to say. So Tesla's tough and tricky, but it is consolidating. No trend, a lot of decisions to be made. Your next opportunity for a decision will be down at 221. That's the opportunity to try to get long, and that's if this bat pattern is respected. That's only if that bat pattern is respected. And then you would hope that this bat pattern could be the catalyst to get you out of there. That's what we want to happen for traders with a long bias. All right, cool. This thing breaks and closes below that. I'll be honest with you. It's going to get tough. I just want to go back one more time to the weekly chart. You break and close beyond that, then basically 786. You break and close beyond that. I'm gonna take these off. You're in deep water. You're in deep water because you'd be closing beyond the 618, which it already did. You'd probably be at the 786. That would also mean that this structure right here, it would also mean that this structure didn't hold, and that would be really bad because, like I said, this is your last line. This is it. You break that, this thing is in trouble. Price action come through that, yeah, then that's a problem. All right, so that's what's happening with Tesla. And the good thing is, so now so now you're not jumpity, now you're not fidgety, now you're not out there spewing this and spewing that and closing your position and all. And now you know what's happening just with this first introduction to this video. So we're going to look at some tech stocks. I want to look at some of the larger companies, 200 billion and above. So here's Nvidia. I know a lot of people really thought that they were out the woods, and this would have went back into the 11. So this would have covered going back to last week. So this didn't just happen. When Nvidia caught this bullish crab pattern, you had an immediate reaction. It was beautiful too. This was a beauty. Come down here and fill at that 105, which amazing price to get Nvidia. Absolutely, $105 for Nvidia, and then a reaction in which you probably would have already hit target one, right? So we'll just focus on this this crab pattern right here, and we'll go see to the end. And let's just do this real quick. Hold on, there was something in there already. Wait a minute, let me clean up. Got too much stuff on here already. Okay, no, hold on, let me just do it over. So just looking at what would have happened for a trader. I did not get a chance to get Nvidia. I'll tell you why in a second. Yeah, see, clear blow through target one, beautiful, beautiful winner, target one winner. And then you would hope that you would get that target two, but you would have been okay because you would have closed half of your position, so you couldn't lose. If you had known that there was an advanced crab pattern there, you would have won with ease too. On a daily chart, it would have taken you 1, 2, 3, 4 days to just absolutely crush it. 105 to 123. That's what we live for, right? And I wasn't in because I was a little too stuck on the bigger one. And this leads me to some more are we out the woods questions. Because you do see a correction, and I'm wondering if this can correct back down and give us the Gartley pattern. That'd be very devastating because that's taking Nvidia back to 101, back to $101, not back, but yeah. So I didn't play the crab because I was pretty much sure that we were going to come down here and fill the Gartley, the bigger Gartley, but never happened. So I'm going to keep my eyes open because now, I mean, there's really no entry for me to kind of like even attempt at getting long. Now, I missed the ride, of course. But if we get this Gartley at $100 for Nvidia, absolutely. But I don't know. We could be out the woods. This thing could, because they got a lot of positive news coming out. But at the same time, you would say, well, what's up with the 2 red days and then a doji green day, right? So this is a point of indecision right here. It is green, right? But this represents potential reversal or indecision, that little cross looking thing. All right, so that's pretty important. And then if we just, like I said, if we just come in a little bit, if I just jump down to the hour, and remember Nvidia closed at 117, it's at 116.96. It's dropped a few cents in the pre-market, and I just don't see why that should be happening. I will talk about if I do see a recovery today, but I'll just flip to the pre-market real fast. Like I said, this video here is one if you want some really in-depth analysis, right? So there is an opportunity for recovery here, and it's going to be kind of like the same thing where you had that double bottom, 2618 trade, double bottom, break and close beyond previous structure. And then you can see the 618 retracement right here in play. Swing low to swing high. And you see him come wick down and hang around here in the 618. So what you want to see is for that to stay there. You want that to hang in there. And then you want the buyers to come in and know that, and you want them to take that and buy that up out of there. That's what you're looking for. And I will say this, if they do, you are looking for an advanced Gartley pattern. Okay. So still, because if that does happen, you're going to get a reaction. But also, again, that is telling us that you're not out of the woods yet, and we will be dealing with a box of consolidation. All right, is that too much for everyone? So pre-market opened up, dropping off a few cents. And while it was dropping off, it is right now currently in the middle of a 2618 trade where there's a double bottom followed by break and close beyond previous structure, followed by 618 retracement, which is going to be your entry in this trade. If this happens the way that I have it drawn up, it will then lead to a bearish Gartley pattern. This should be your exit for the day here, because you don't want problems with this Gartley pattern should things play out like I'm saying. If this here's the target on the 2618, but it's going to take you into this bearish Gartley pattern. You should be overbought at that time with bearish divergence, and then you would enter short. So we are kind of looking out into the future, but you know, that's what happens when you're able to project what should happen. When you're able to predict what should happen, doesn't always happen, but when you understand how the market works, kind of help you out a little bit. So 2618 technique should take us up here, fill this bearish Gartley, and come down. That should be the day for Nvidia. But again, I'll come off and I'll take the extended off because the prices are different in the extended market. And then you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But if he comes down here and fills, then that's what you're going to be dealing with. So, and the last but not least, I mean, of course, I would want to use this Gartley pattern to get me down here to trade this big one, of course. A $17 difference. We could be talking about something next week, but we'll see. AMD. All right. So more, are we out the woods yet? So typically when you get these advanced patterns and these Fibonacci levels, the market wants to respect those and wants to move down to those levels, unless something else happens first. Now, I understand there's a lot of fundamentals that are going on driving this stuff. AMD should be doing very well. We're looking at the weekly chart. That's 2 bearish weeks. 3 bearish weeks in a row. Pretty good for a trader and pretty good for AMD. And another good thing it's got for itself is, in this case, you see the support holding at that structure, major structure here, way out on a week, which is a larger time frame, to see market structure support being respected there every time, right? So that's why I believe we're getting the reaction here. But at the same time, we still have to respect this trend here for AMD, you know, ebbing and flowing down. Makes me believe I'll come a little bit closer, and then we'll also talk about what it's doing post-market and pre-market. I'll come a little bit closer to the 4-hour period where we saw him really get that. But also understanding with it ebbing and flowing, I'm going to show you guys something. And it every time, right, back to previous structure, right, come down, come down, right, outside return, back to previous structure, right, and if you come down and you come up back to previous structure, if that happens, the market is going to have something to say very soon. All right, if we maintain that back to structure, lower close, outside return, back to previous structure, lower close, outside return, if this holds like it's supposed to when we're talking structure, and this is now resistance, we're getting close to being overbought. So this is why we can't get too happy. Yes, this is a going back to March 10th. We're on the 20th. It's 10 really good days. I get it, but that could be the end, because it's always 10 days up and then several days down. So if we were to I think that we're not sold yet. I'm sorry, not overbought yet. But my projection, and my honest projection, is that we are not done yet with this trend. Okay, we're not done yet with this trend, and we could look for at least one more move down as we get closer to filling this big bat. All right, and then unfortunately, I need to come a little bit closer to the 1 hour and see. Yeah, it's yeah, so this is making that attempt. Still not overbought yet, right? But he's right up in that area, pushing up in that area. Let me see if there's an advanced pattern in here for us to look at. Or harmonic pattern in here. Hey, good morning, Selena. Good to see you again. It's been a few days, maybe about a week, but thanks for joining us. I think you missed a lot. We've already went through Tesla and Nvidia. So you missed some really good stuff. But you're here now, so that's all that matters. We're breaking down AMD. And just check out the title of the video, Are We Out the Woods Yet? Trey, can you turn your mic up? All right. Let me see how would that happen. What about now? Is that any better? Did that go up? I just turned it up. I cranked it up 3 times. Any better? Just waiting for your reply. Because it's pretty loud. I turned it up pretty loud. So that means that they can hardly hear this video then. What's this? I did. Hey, not getting on live. Okay, so that's a lot better. So that means that, does that mean that the first, I've been on for 26 minutes. Does that mean that through the first 26 minutes they couldn't hear me? Because if so, I might just have to start all over. Just waiting for you. Yeah, I'd hate for that to happen. Because we did a lot in that first 26 minutes. I might have to end this, delete it, and start over. So was it that hard to hear me at the beginning when you first came in? Was my volume that low? All right. Yeah, you make me wanna delete it and start all over. But I'm gonna flip over to the extended trading hours. And what's this? Yes, I'm driving. And you still can't hear? You still can't hear? Because I have it up pretty loud. And I don't know if you turned up, I don't know if you're connected to your car's Bluetooth. You probably should just watch this once you get to your destination, but that's up to you. So pre-market for AMD closed at 106 and pre-market 105, so down in the pre-market. Not good, but like I said, I think that there's some questions to be. I think that we're coming to a point of decision. I really feel like price action is going to be respected up there around 108. I really feel like that bearish trend is going to remain. There's nothing here to tell me that it's not. Well, Selena, if you said the volume was too low and my microphone was down pretty low, I don't know. I probably screwed this one up. And apologize to my viewers if I did. I wasn't even looking at the volume lever. And now I'm remembering when and why I had turned it down. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like that this structure, this resistance right here is really going to come into play. And we could probably see it coming into play now. I just don't feel like there's any other reason for AMD to open up in the pre-market low. I went long on Intel thanks to whose review the other day? Mine's. Did you take my Intel play? Intel was a powerful play. I gave this pattern out here, this bullish pattern out here on Intel. I made a lot off of it. I really crushed it on Intel. So if you got it from someone else, great. But if you got it from me, even better. It was a beautiful buy at $19. So yeah. Beautiful, but it's starting to correct, but it's okay because for a day trader, and when you're not if there's an asset that you're dealing with and it's not really a long-term play, which Intel should be a long-term play, once you hit those targets, you should be out of there. So, A to D for the two targets. Target one was up here at $22 and target two up here at 24, which is what I did. I just kind of like played it to both targets and I got out. So, but that's okay because look, he turned around and he would have been starting to try to take it back. But I do view Intel as a long-term hold. That company is starting to turn around and do some amazing things. So, but yeah, for a day trade, yeah, I pretty much would have been done with it. There would have been nothing else to be concerned with. I got the win, get out the way, and then I'll let him continue to do his thing. And if he brings me another setup, I'll look at it. So yeah, that was good for Intel. This guy right here is kind of giving us a lot of problems. He was also on one of the other videos. It's one of the other guys in the semiconductor space, Navita Semiconductor, kind of like in there in that TSM space, Intel space. He said, I bought the May option, 25 calls and sold. Oh, wow. So you did amazing. You ate that up quickly. Oh, you killed that. Yeah, congratulations. That was great work by you. And that was a good eye for you to catch that and even be in position to take advantage of it. And you had an option all the way out to May and you didn't even need it. That's beautiful. Navitas it keeps playing with us, and we talked about this too. Keeps playing with us where you got the field bat pattern right there, and we did tremendous, but then he came and took it all back, and now he's teasing us with another one. But it's kind of like hard to say. It's kind of hard to say what's happening. And you be careful out there driving and texting and responding. Probably just want to listen. Don't force me into forcing you to respond texting while you're driving. Not a good thing at all. But like I said, I don't know if we're out the woods yet, and that's because we're still in this same area here. I like the divergence. I like the divergence with it, suggesting that it's really pushing up. But I just don't. Oh, yeah, we're not out the woods yet because typically, look at the first one right here, how he just turned the corner and took off. And here on the other one here, you just got going back to February 26th, just sideward. You just got a box of trash. Like come on. So. My daughter is texting for me. Okay. Well, that's good. Oh, really? Okay. Well, congratulations to her. I know we do some pretty crazy technical stuff here, but make sure that she goes through the academy from beginning to end. Okay. Make sure she starts, because remember, we're always building on the academy. So let's just switch over real quick, kind of take like a commercial break real fast. Just real quick, just remind the people, because we're going to be here for a little bit. We got some time. We got another good hour. Excuse me. We got about an hour to play with. So let's take a quick, not necessarily a break, but I just want to stop since you brought that up, so you can tell her, your daughter, if you haven't already, that she needs to go to the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist where the whole entire school is. And I think you guys know that it's, in my opinion, there's no better school for this stuff on the internet. And basically, here's the beginning, the easiest way to read a price chart. This is for a beginner trader. Easiest way to read a price chart and identify market structure. And what that does is that, where was I? That will actually teach, how and why the market moves like this. And we start bringing in a little bit of Fibonacci and stuff like that. We'll get back to it in a second, everybody. I know that's what everybody's here for, but still, if you're here, you still need to know this, because this playlist is the reason I'm here. I came to do this playlist, and after that, I told myself I was going to be gone. But I can't leave because I love this stuff and I love the people who are supporting me. But Easiest way to read a price chart, and Fibonacci, and the A to B is equal to CD pattern. So we go right into harmonics, double tops and double bottoms, which you see me deploying right now in this video, the 2618 technique, which we see. And then we start going more and more advanced. So we get into our advanced patterns, the bat pattern, the Gartley pattern, the cipher pattern, the butterfly pattern, shark, crab, and then we start bringing in everything else, head and shoulders. We start bringing in so make sure that you get her over to that playlist so she can start at the beginning and she can learn the right way. Okay. We talked about Intel. I talked about Navitas. It's just basically a mess, but I don't like how he was at 250 and 240, down 5 cents. That's not going to kill me for a pre-market video. Down 5 cents in Navitas. We should be okay. Intel was going to pull back because he came up here, retested his highs up here. But I still think that it's going to be okay. I don't want to be repetitive. I don't want to go over stuff I already did. Plus, it was a winner anyway. Apple, good. Now, this is nerve-wracking. So if you haven't seen it, go check out the video, the Apple projection video for 2025. And that's where we have some suggested targets up here, way beyond, if you notice, way beyond in the 300s. And it's going to use, and if it works out in our favor, there's two things that are going to happen. It's one, a combination of this 2618 technique, double bottom, break and close beyond previous structure, 618 retracement, entry and go, right? And then A to B is equal to CD, all combined together, right? Or we could just ride this Gartley pattern because that's what it does. Now, this Gartley pattern happens to be the perfect one. This is what you would call the 222 Gartley pattern. The founder of this, H.M. Gartley, when he found this, he had been back testing it and he wrote about it in his book. You can go look at his book. It's called Profits in the Stock Market. And the founder of this, H.M. Gartley, he said that when you get this here, that when you get a 618 retracement on B and a 618 retracement on C and a 127 extension from A to B plus a 786 retracement from X to A plus a to B is equal to CD pattern all in one spot, he said that this thing will do what I said it will do 70% of the time. That's what H.M. Gartley, the founder of this, said. And in my opinion, that's why I consider this the most powerful pattern in the market. It beats and devastates everything with a 70+% win rate. That's why you must head over to the academy and go look at the Gartley pattern training so that you can say, well, I'm not going to trade anything else but the Gartley pattern when I see them. When I see that 222, that's the only thing I'm going to trade. So that's how important and how powerful this is. Now, me and my cocky self, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to even suggest, I'm going to tell you that I know for a fact you've never heard or seen anything like that before. All right. Courtesy of the Harmonic Trading Club. All right, so Apple is one that I believe that even though the name of the video is "Are we out of the woods yet?" I hope that we are, because we need us to be out of the woods for all that stuff to happen. But if there is some dancing around and retest madness, right? You say we push up here. You see the structures right here. This area is gonna have something to say, and that's okay because the market respects structure, right? So let's say we do get up here, which he tried to, and then let's say he starts to want to do like a little dance. He wants to come mess around and stuff. Okay, fine, but I just really believe that over time we're gonna end up where we're supposed to be. We just need some things to settle out first, right? So far so good. When Apple came and filled 208 up to 214, really good with a high of 218. So it's doing its thing. I just don't like the fact, I'll be honest with you guys. Remember, I don't know if we're out the woods yet. Down in the pre-market. So closed at 215.30 down to 14.30 down $1. I don't like that. I got to deal with it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll flip over real quick. There's nothing I can do about it, but yeah, that correction. He's got to find support for us. Okay, we want him to find support in that area, and then work out for us. But we'll see when the market opens. And if not, I still think that we got room to breathe. We got room to play. Remember another thing, I talked about this in the Apple video. This is a very efficient pattern. And there's certain reasons, there's certain things, and because you have that type of harmonic complete like that, and because you have enough space for it to breathe, that's why you usually end up in a winner, right? Because there's a lot of room for it to play around. You don't want it. You want it to just fire off, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But it's not one of those where the stop is too tight and you just get blasted out. It's got you, and you got to give it room to breathe. But the way it's made, it's kind of like Cypher's C leg. Let me do something real quick and we'll move on to the next pattern. But if we looked at a Cypher, if we looked at Cypher 120, we'll use him. We'll use this guy here in 786. All right. 786. Hurry up. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So see with Cypher, look at the Gartley and look at the Cypher. The only difference is that Cypher C leg is above C is above A and Gartley C is below A. But it's got room. See the space down here? So these are the two best, right? By the way. The two most powerful. So with Cypher, you got room to breathe so that it can he can come down, do his stuff, do whatever he's doing, and then make his way around and come up, right? So that's kind of like the same thing we're expecting from that Gartley pattern. Just wanted to switch over and talk about that. The whole setup is just perfect. We just might have to just wait and see. And we need some of this. We need some of these politics to get out our way, So Broadcom is another good one. Notice all of these are advanced patterns or harmonic patterns. So if APR is king, type APR is king in the chat. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that the whole time this is what's happening. The market is just forming these beautiful patterns over and over and over, but people don't know because they don't understand advanced pattern recognition because nobody taught them. Yes, I am a little bit biased, but hey, winner on Broadcom. I don't know if you know a lot about that company. Very, very powerful Broadcom. Very, very powerful. Dealing with our cell phones and chips and modems and things of that sort. Broadcom is we're all using Broadcom modems in our phones right now to communicate. And this for an asset like that to only be in the $190 range is absolutely amazing. But I don't know if we're out the woods yet because there's a big Gartley pattern down here. We did use a butterfly to get some money, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna, because the butterfly is not one that you just really get this this really, really extreme killer action off of. It's usually like a 382 type play. So if I were to, it's usually this is exactly how the butterfly works. You usually get a 382 retracement. So I'm gonna go A, and I'm gonna go from the high to the low. I'm gonna go from A to the wicks down here, and I'll show you what happens. See how he's struggling to even just get up there and test that 382 right there, because that's pretty much all it usually has in it. Sometimes, you can try to hope for both targets, right? You can try to hope for the target to appear 618, but typically you see it with your own eyes that's why it's starting to struggle to even get to 382. And then this is why I don't think we're out the woods yet. You'll come down and you'll get that'll be the end of the butterfly. Hence, it's nice and soft, not so strong. Beautiful. They work. You saw it work. Yeah, of course. But extreme reactions, no. It's so crazy. I actually don't want the butterfly to win. I want the Gartley. Not good for investors who don't like being in drawdowns or when their accounts are down, but I want the broad count. I need about $15 more to fall off of that, something like that. And then hopefully things are better and we take a killer shot using the Gartley pattern. It's almost perfect too. So that's kind of like what we're looking for Broadcom. Are we out the woods yet with what's happening? I don't know. So far, so good. Or see, here's the problem. We get too excited too fast and we start talking and then we take our eyes off and we start thinking something has changed. And nothing has changed. You're in a box of consolidation. There is no decision. Same thing like I forgot what I was talking about a few minutes ago, okay? Nothing has changed. You're going to be in this range. You're going to be in a range. You're going to be in a range of 178 to 200. $22 range. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. But you're just in a range. Nothing has happened. And we've been stuck in this range since early March. Today's the 20th, since March 5th. So we've been stuck in this range for 2 weeks. A decision, I'm going to tell you the same thing. A decision has to be made. We have to break and close above 199, 200. We have to break before you can say anything is happening. This is how it works, okay? You got to break and close above 199.99, some change, right? You got to break and close above that to get out of here. Or the market needs to come the other way, and it needs to break and close below 177. 177 the other way. All right? Until then, okay? If you don't remember anything else, come out, always check your trend, make sure you're, whether you're moving, you're going to move bullish, bearish, or sideways. Here's what you do. Here's how you approach the market. I'll give you a cheat code. When you are in consolidation, start looking for harmonic patterns. Don't trade broken patterns, but when you're in consolidation, start looking for harmonic patterns. All right. Try to make that as simple as possible. And let's see what that will look like real quick before we move on. Just like to validate and vet what I say. Watch this. Where we at? On the money. That is crazy. Okay. So the reason you would start looking for advanced patterns when the market is consolidating is because he might give you one. All right. So you guys just saw. Now, remember, this is about having a trained reticular. This is about having a trained enough eye. So you have to do this stuff. It does take time, but your eyes will train and you will be able to identify opportunities like that. I hope you guys saw that. All right. And why? Because the market wanted to create a butterfly pattern. I didn't make that up. You saw that's what, and the butterfly won. How do I know it's a butterfly pattern? X to A, you got a valid B leg because the B leg must be a 786, minimum 786 retracement of X to A. 786, C leg is okay. As long as it's 382, it's 46. And a 127 extension of A to X, which you saw me draw on that 127 extension for the entry, and you got your reaction. As simple as that, right? Speaking of consolidating, yeah, I did do a review. And for you, I wanted to tell you about that too. It's not SPX. You can't trade SPX. You need to keep your eyes on SPY. Okay. So SPX is basically kind of like the market, and SPY is the market with the 500 companies in it to trade. So switch over. The price will be the same. Everything will be the same, but SPY is the tradable one. Okay. So I did do that for you last week, and I was waiting till you came back on so I could tell you that. Don't worry about SPX. SPY has everything SPX has in it, and it's the one that's tradable. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, wanted to tell you that when the market is consolidating, and this gave me a chance to show you it's okay when the market is consolidating. The market doesn't always have to be going up or down. All right. It's okay when the market is consolidating. Beautiful things happen, like winning trades like that, shorting, or if you wanted to do an option, a put on Broadcom from 199 down to 189. That's a killer put on Broadcom. Nothing right here currently, but yeah, consolidating. So don't know if we're out the woods yet. That's the moral of the story. And in the pre-market, Broadcom is down. Let me see. I do spreads on SPX. I do singles on SPY. Okay. All right. So Amazon. Now this one is like I said, don't know if we're out the woods yet. I'm gonna keep this one very simple on Amazon. I'm out on the week. I know I'm pretty far out. I can't say that we have hit a strong enough level of structure, but what really worries me about Amazon is how much more we would have to go to be oversold. And that is what I believe would take us, is what we would need to do to get down to a 618 retracement before it's oversold. I don't think we're out the woods yet, right? And that was on this move here. That was That was this swing low to this. I'm sorry, this swing low to swing high, and then this retracement here. And I think that so this will be very, very quick. This will be very, very quick. I don't think we're out the woods yet. I don't think we'll be out the woods until we get $194 on Amazon. So not really much to do, but kind of wait. Nothing to suggest. Now, if you're long on Amazon, I feel sorry for you because there's really nothing to suggest that anybody should be long on Amazon. Let me just go. I'll come in a little bit closer. Now, that's going to make some people happy. I get it. I absolutely get it. But you're still in the middle of this trend. Nothing is changed as far as this. Yeah, you probably get to play with that pullback, right? There's a pattern in there. I'm not going to deal with it though. There's a Garley pattern in there. I just realized it. And it won too. Oh wow, that's beautiful. I'm gonna clean up and go look at it a little bit closer. I think no, is that butterfly? Let me see. What is that? That's a 786 retracement. Oh, 786, but let me see. A, B, C, D. On the money? Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. So short term for today, well, this would have been yesterday. Yesterday's butterfly. Too late now because he did his thing already. Beautiful. A to B is equal to CD though. Fashion. Fill on the dot and then work. Go ahead then. Okay. All right, Amazon. I see you. Some work too. All right. But so I don't know how much more he's going to be able to go with that. Pre-market, he's definitely down. Let me just switch over real quick. Pre-market. What time is it? 4:30. All right. Pre-market, yeah, he pushed back. And then when he pushed back, what did he do? When he pushed back, he didn't really do anything yet. But yeah, that was a pretty good play. Amazon. So yeah, I hate that my microphone wasn't working at the beginning of the video. That really just messes everything else up. Google. A lot of interesting stuff to say about Google. Do I really want to do a full breakdown on Google? Okay, we'll go for it. All right. So, Google. A lot of bad news. A lot of political bad news too, by the way. All right. So how they get here? All right. So they got here using the amazing cipher pattern, and you see how devastating it was. Plus getting in with the trend on it too. Well, we won't go that far. We'll say right here, two target cipher winner way back here on March 12th. It's last week. So yeah, I would have felt sorry for anybody who was long and that guy was forming. That's pretty scary. Just the thought of you having a long position when either the first or second most powerful pattern is in front of you and you're long. It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm blessed and thankful that I know this stuff. It kind of keeps me out of the way of being long with a bearish cipher pattern in front of me. All right. But just imagine being long right there, and this is what's coming for you. It's like a train wreck. All right, cool. But, of course, does his thing. And then he comes, and now he wants to go get another bigger one right here. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Remember, this takes us into the are we done yet? I don't think so. The structure that you see, let me take his color off real quick so we can get somewhere real quick. All right, cool. So right here, there's a couple of things happening right here. Okay. They are this damn elephant candle. Okay. This bearish engulf. All right. And I talked about this on one of my other videos. So you do get the correction, but all it does is correct back up to the previous structure where it came from. And now you see a reaction coming from it too, right? Basically at this point, this is simply a double top at this point. Really scary for somebody who's long and there's that type of structure in front of you. And you get any reaction from it, of course, go reach up, touch it, react. And then right now pre-market. So that was 166 down $1. Everything is down about $1 for today, right? So 166.30, 165.15, $1.15. $1.15 is actually pretty significant in today's markets. And anything over like 50 cent, 60 cent, 70 cent, depending on how many shares you're buying and stuff like that, stuff hurts a little bit. And then if you're on an option and you're down $1 or $2, you're gonna get crushed. All right. But so we know the small little cipher kicked butt. We know we're in the range of the bigger cipher, kind of getting close. Really can't say if it's going to happen because this other stuff started taking place. Like I said, this bearish engulfing candle showed that there was still a lot of sellers present. I don't care if they came up just a little bit of relief, whatever. But then you hit this structure right here, which I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I can tell you this. If we are able to push outside of that structure a little bit higher right here, that'll be a 618 retracement of the right side shoulder up here. So there's a double top up here, okay? So it's going to send us back into that 2618 technique, double top, followed by a break and close beyond previous structure, followed by 618 retracement, okay? And I do honestly believe that if we do break and close up out of this, a decision is going to be made here. A very, very important decision is going to be made here that could have us go back down and retest this and then continue this trend. Okay, this is why I'm asking and wondering. I don't know if we're out the woods yet because there is nothing to suggest that this bearish trend, and I know that's scary, right? Let's be honest with ourselves. It's okay, right? There's nothing to suggest that this trend since February, early February, right? February 5th. There's nothing to suggest that that's over. There is nothing to suggest that we're out of that yet. So be careful who you listen to, okay? I understand that we've had a few good days here, but this trend ain't over. And as the market continues to break and close and create lower lows, that would be this guy down here. As soon as this happened right here, as soon as we broke and closed below this, that means something. We don't just get to disregard that or throw that in the trash. Lower low, lower close, outside return. Low, lower close, outside return. Lower low, lower close, outside return. When you break and you can lower low, just continuing to create lower lows every time. This is how the market works, right? Lower low, lower low, lower low. And then, of course, if that continues, lower low, right? We don't get to disregard that. I don't care who we are. We can't do anything. We're going to rinse and repeat, say the same thing, right? One of two things need to happen. We're not out of this until we break and close above 167, right? We need a candle. Sorry, it's early, people. So still trying to get used to these early modes. What time is it? 4:35? I don't even know if I'm gonna make it through the whole video. But we're not out of that. Another decision isn't made. We don't change the trend until we break and close up out of this. As long as we're continuing to get lower closes or produce lower lows, we're not out of this trend yet. And that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. That's the way it works. Microsoft, another one of those where I need us. No, actually, this is good. Let me say something about this. And I don't like the fact that it's down $2 in the pre-market. That sucks pretty bad. But just to let you know what happened, how we even got here. We got here, of course, courtesy. The only reason it might survive is because of an advanced pattern, of course, and it's an advanced Gartley pattern. It did survive. Like people would have been wondering, did it get stopped out? No, it didn't get stopped out. If we use a 113 inversion of A to X for the stop, if we use a 113 inversion, we'll see that this thing almost stopped out, but it did not stop out. It survived. It absolutely survived. Did not stop out. That's pretty dope. And then what that does is that's the efficiency that I was talking about. Even though his D leg is not as it's because his C leg is so high, so his D leg is kind of low. But it did survive. It did not stop. So if a trader would have been long on Microsoft, you still have a shot. You still have a shot, and you would still have a shot up too. But I don't know if we're out the. I'll tell you in a second. But I don't know if we're out the woods yet. That's pretty tough. Because to even have to go through a drawdown like that. Imagine going along on a 70% winner, and you end up in that kind of garbage, right? So let me just go look. Let me just come in a little bit closer. Yeah, pretty disappointing, but still swinging up and try to survive. What was I gonna do? I was gonna switch over real quick. I wanted to go look at the pre-market real quick. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly. You come get that feel, you get the reaction. He comes and just dips down. Um, indecisions, not necessarily so clear. So it's a bag of trash. But like I said, it has the potential to survive. If I were to bet my money on surviving on anything, it would be this guy. It'd be Mr. Garley. And if I had to lose, I would want to lose to a Garley pattern. All right. Oracle. Oracle. This one I need us to not be out of the woods because he left me, right? He came and watch this, people. It's madness. Why would you do this to me? Come down because I wasn't looking. That's what I get. But come down, feel on the Gartley and fire off a cool, like almost winner, right? I would love him to come back and let me get another shot at that. That's why. So this one is just me just being not a good person. It's just a wick, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm gonna miss that. Oracle might be okay. Not overbought yet. Still got some work to do. Comes down, like I said, wick, fill, Garley pattern, take off. Just like I said, we're just looking around. If there's anything you want me to look at or break down, just drop the name of it in the chat, and we'll try to get to it. I'll be here for a few more minutes, kind of like going through just some of these tech companies. But yeah, Oracle, I'm kind of mad that I missed that entry at 139, and for him to fly up to 155, like, oh my God, pretty dope. Walmart, a lot of people were screaming and crying about getting destroyed on Walmart. Is because they did not know that the only thing that Walmart wanted was this butterfly. And what did Walmart do? Walmart went and got the butterfly pattern. And then what did Walmart do after that? Walmart started reacting to the butterfly pattern. Slow, the projections for Walmart, like way up at like 110, I think they're still valid. But I just think it fell a whole lot lower than people expected. They weren't expecting a fall down to $84, $83.80. People weren't expecting that. So a lot of people were getting crushed and destroyed on a trade they should never have been in the first place. Should have known about this. And they would have waited for this to come fill in, and they would have been fine. Then they would be actually winning because they would have gotten from 83. They'd be sitting at 86. Little bit of nervousness as it ebbs and flows and pulls back and does little. It's been doing a whole lot of weird stuff. It's basically reacting to every little thing that happens. But still, this is okay right here. Like, so, this is why I try to tell people, relax. This is going to happen, right? What do you guys tell me, right? That's a 618 retracement, right? Without even measuring it. Remember, get those eyes trained up. Right? 618 retracement. Oh, close, almost. But this is okay, right? That's okay. So anybody that's long on Walmart, just take this leg right here, clone it, right? And put it right there. And understand that you will get at minimum, you'll get up to 89 where we at? 1 hour chart? Where we at? 86. Yeah, you could get that $89 today or tomorrow. You could. By the end of Friday, you could be back at 89. You come, you feel this, you come up, you get a high, you get an outside return, fine structure right there. Go retest the 87, close at 89. That's how it works. And then remember, you're getting back by this butterfly. Now watch this. Bring it home a little bit more. This butterfly gives you an opportunity for. Watch this. Let's just look at 382, right? Let's look at 382 retracement of A to D, which is right here where we said in that same zone of where we're going to finish, right? So you'll be okay. That's Walmart for anybody's trading Walmart. You'll get like the 88, 89, something like that, $90 range. You'll be back over there. Courtesy of the bullish butterfly pattern. Meta, I need us to not be out of the woods because I want this play. I want this 571 bat. So, Yeah, I want Meta to 571. How much more I got to go? Not too far. But yeah, I want that play. But I can't do anything until we get there. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out. We get that fill, we're absolutely taking our shot. Taking our shot, but we got to get that fill first. Not too much more to say about Meta. Advanced pattern, waiting for the bat to fill. If the bat fills, good. At 86 D leg, bat fills, we take the shot. If not, then okay, we got enough other stuff going on. Can't trade anyway. Can't trade everything anyway. It's the other part of this game. You can't trade everything. You run out of money. TSM, one of my favorites. I need him to keep working. He has really been doing this thing. I do. There is a video on TSM when Donald Trump announced that this company was coming in to invest whatever the amount of money was. I jumped on here, looked, saw that there was a bullish shark pattern. It wasn't even filled yet, and then came in. So this takes us back to March 11th last week. So we're going for that ride. Sorry, excuse me, Susan. That was so rude. I apologize. I need to go jump back in the bed. I think our work is almost done. But come in here and feel and run up and make me happy, and then take it back and make me sad, and run up and make me happy and take it back, and then give me a nice day yesterday. And come on now, just do what you got to do. Come on, stop playing around. Let's go. Let's go with that shark. So that's TSM, Twain Semiconductor. Not bad. Not a bad price for one of the most powerful companies in the world. That's responsible for making sure all of your chips work for everybody. For Intel, for AMD, for NVIDIA, making sure the circuits on the circuit board work. So yeah, not bad, not a bad price for one of the most powerful companies in the world. Another reason I'm so interested in it is when our shark pattern filled, there was nothing but structure there. So a lot of good stuff on our way on that one. A lot of good stuff on our way. Filled shark pattern, and then structure and some fundamentals to go with it. So TSM. Why was I looking at ExxonMobil? I'm not gonna break down ExxonMobil. That's for me. It's for a whole nother video. Adobe. I got some partners out there that are very, very bullish on Adobe for today. Me knowing what I know, I would not take a long shot on Adobe. And for Adobe, I need us to not be out of the woods. So Adobe. So here's the crazy thing about my buddies that I know that are long Adobe and taking big positions. 387.89 was a close yesterday. At 387 even, you have lost 89 cents, which is significant enough in the trading game. People don't believe it, but yeah, anytime you start being down $1 or $2, yeah, you can get it back a day or two, same day. Sometime you market can recover, go get the $1 late, $3 late, whatever. But yeah, obviously. In true Harmonic Trading Club fashion, I do not see a reason that Adobe is going to stop where it is. I would hate to see Adobe fall all the way to 315, but closing right here in that 395 area, violating and taking out this lower low, lower close, violating and taking out this 404 area. Unfortunately, it does mean something. I can't lie to you. It does mean something. So then you see the price action, you see the wick where price action wanted to go. There's a very strong chance that that's going to happen. And it's also a very long chance that the market really kind of wants to go get this bat pattern. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I can't change that. Only hope is that somehow this doesn't go get that and runs off somewhere. I mean, yeah, I want them to win. I want to play too, and I'm not playing unless I get the price I want. Just 315. So I need a couple of more terrible weeks from Adobe. They'll be okay. There's nothing wrong with your stock being at $315. That's like people laughing at Tesla right now because the stock is $230. That's an expensive stock. It's not like the stock fell to $5. It's an expensive stock. But Adobe. And then Zoom. Zoom. Not too. So I did so much work on this last night. I knew that I wanted to talk about it today, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's looking at it's going to be the same thing, right? Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. A decision has to be made, right? This structure right here, this double top structure right here, you got to break and close up out of that, bro. Okay, so you got to break and close up out of it. Now, the good thing is, going back for what, the 7 days. Oh, what's this right here? Oh, what day is that? The 13th. So the last 7 days, this has been pushing up. Zoom has been pushing up, but I think it's gonna hit this point in decision. It did already, and then something's gonna have to happen. Either you're gonna pull back or complete this pattern and break up out of there. We're almost done with this thing, since nobody came in and dropped what they want me to look at. But a decision has to be made. You have to break and close above 77 to for something else to happen. The next decision will, if that does happen, a decision still has to be made here, which is D. Okay, so A to B is equal to C and D. It's going to be hard to even get D. And if you can break and close up out of here, you get D. But when you get D, there's still going to be a pullback. So that's kind of like, if you are in Zoom right now, I love the price for Zoom. I love the price at $76 for Zoom right now. I just don't know if it's going to be able to break up out of this area here. And then the other thing is, even if it does, I'm going to do this last thing and close it out. Here's the 127 extension up here. Even if it does, it's dead anyway. Not dead, but there's going to be a reaction. Absolutely. So that's all I got. I just wanted to run through a few things. I didn't get a chance to do everything. I'd kind of like you guys to send me some of your ideas, so you guys kind of get an idea on some of the stuff that I like to trade, like, of course, TSM and Navitas and stuff like that. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with Tesla. But Microsoft too, of course. But yeah. Like the video, share the video, give it a thumbs up so the algorithm can shoot it out to some other people. This has been just a pretty good morning technical and breakdown. Are we out of the woods yet? I am not sure. At best, we are consolidating. Know that the three good days, or 2.5 good days. Yeah, I really appreciate those, because these red days, they hurt. These losing days and bloodbaths, yeah, that doesn't feel good. A lot of people are, not knowing what they're doing. They're actually losing their accounts. They're actually getting just devastated and destroyed. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have those 2-3 good days in a row. Makes you feel a lot better, feel a lot more confidence, and especially when you can come look in and say, okay, it looks like we're finding some support in some areas. There was a lot of these where, there was support being found on them, and that's why you see some of these come back and push up. But right now, I would say, kind of just consider ourselves in a period of consolidation. Apple, I don't need Apple to be in consolidation. Maybe I could probably survive that, but I really need them to just take off. But yeah, so now you guys have a better idea, I hope. And this stuff, look, everything, if you notice, everything just pretty much had a box of consolidation. If you're looking back, as I'm just clicking back through these things, except for him. AMD, that was a nice push. It needed that, but there's going to be something sad about this structure here. Resistance, major resistance. And like I said, just consolidating, dancing around. But NVIDIA really needed a push. I mean, a lot of these things needed a push. And it would be great if we, make no mistake about it, if we are out of the woods, that's a great thing. Because then we can really go to work looking for our setups. But for right now, I would just rather people be cautious and not think that we're still in a bearish trend. I put it like that. That's not over yet. I wish it was. All right. So this has been Trey from the Harmonic Trading Club and Harmonic Trading Academy. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you are subscribed to the channel and didn't know that we have that phenomenal school and academy down there in the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist, please head over that way and Let me know if there's anything that you need breakdown assistance with, or if you need me to explain something to you. If there's something you're not quite getting about one of these things, especially the advanced patterns or harmonic patterns, you just let me know. But that's all I got. You guys be safe in the market. I'll see you guys.